Thank you, everybody, for joining us again. Welcome. I still have Aminu and Dami here. World Cup contact. World Cup still going strong. World Cup fever. I'm just here to talk to these guys since obviously they look much older than me and they are much older than me to talk about the past.
How much? Which one is much?
To talk about the past. I wanted to talk about the best World Cup of their time since that they have watched. I want them to talk about to choose their picks. Why was the best? Why is the most memorable in their eyes? I'm gonna start with Aminu on this one. Which World Cup have you watched that was the best in your eyes? So expose your age.
After that intro, so I'm definitely going to date myself and expose myself, but surprisingly, I'm gonna go with the very first World Cup I watched. So this is gonna have more of a sentimental tilt to it.
Okay.
And the first World Cup I watched was also Nigeria's first World Cup,
Word?
which is USA
94.
1994. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, that being my first World Cup, just being with my family and being it Nigeria's first World Cup, it was like a different type of event. Like that really brought the football excitement to the country like it hadn't had before. And I really think that that was the golden age of Nigerian football as well. Like that team went on later on in '96 to win the gold in Olympics.
Yes.
Um,
Beating Brazil.
and
I
they
remember the
were also
songs.
Yeah, and they were also the highest ranked team, of all time. It basically was downhill. That for that year,
From there.
it was just steady downhill for the Nigerian team. But I had, great memories of that team. They were so competitive. They won their group. I mean,
They won the group?
they won their group. Even just saying that seems impossible. They were ranked fifth. Their highest ranking was fifth in the world.
FIFA.
Can you imagine that in
Okay,
FIFA
hi.
ranking? So that was crazy. And
Francis.
This guy, you're actually blowing my mind right
yeah, um,
The days of Rashidi Yekini and Amoka.
I'm
yeah,
about to
and
go
what
look this stuff up,
you
man.
have
What
to.
the hell?
One of the most iconic celebrations you ever see is Rashidi
Yeah.
Yakini's celebration through the net.
The
Like I don't
Nets.
even know the
I remember that
background.
from my childhood. Like I had no idea what it meant or what
Yeah,
was going on. I just seen Nigeria scored. And
yeah, the guy was just
maybe
had
I was in the
his
net.
hand. And the thing,
Isn't he going to get stuck? Like when he hurt himself.
and the thing I loved about that team was it had so many homegrown players. I don't know if any of them even played in a top flight team except
Or
JJ Okocha. Because I'm trying to think.
and he was
Was
probably
Khan?
like German, like second division at that time or something,
Yeah, many of them
or
would have
third
played
division.
second division, but in terms of top
Yeah,
flights, I can only
yeah. It
think
was
of Okocha
maybe
from that particular
Khan
team.
wasn't on that team.
No, Kanu came later on. So
Yeah,
Kanu would go on to play for
Arsenal and
Arsenal
them.
and then
Inter and
Odemwingie for
yeah,
West Brom. Those are the only guys I think play top flight. So there was a
crazy.
lot of homegrown talent, and that was one thing that Amokachi was saying later on. It's like right now we're looking for all these rejects from England, from Germany, all these guys that couldn't make the national team for another country. They're like, oh, Nigeria will take me, right? And he was like, we need to go back to what made us successful. I mean, that team, if you look at the players that we had there, the Amokachis, the Yakinis, Olise, man, the shot on Olise, man, that was
But
just something to see.
the problem there is bigger than the
Aminike,
sports, unfortunately.
I guess so. Uh, but the thing about those players is they were all entertainers as well. Well, not all, but a
Yeah,
lot of them were. So they had good ball control and dribbling ability. So they were a nice team to actually watch, and it was just exciting to see us um, top that group, score a lot of goals. And the funny thing is, in the games we lost, we always scored first, which was sad because
You
they
get that
yeah.
started
mug.
strong. They
I
started
know
strong,
that was
but they didn't finish
yeah.
strong. In the group stages, we only lost to Argentina, but we scored first, and then we lost like two late um two late goals to them. And then in the knockout round, We lost to Italy, who went on
To they
to the
won it,
The
final.
final.
did it?
No, no,
Who
No,
won it?
they
against
went to the
Brazil.
final with Brazil and lost in penalties.
Penalties, yeah.
But the crazy thing is, we scored first. They got a red card. It was like 1-0 with a red card all the way to like the 70 something minutes, and we still lost that game in overtime. I was like, man, that was just
Yeah.
heartbreaking and a missed opportunity. Obviously, looking back on it, we probably should have won that game,
Yes.
but the pedigree of that team moving forward showed that they were actually good because they went on to win the
Gold.
gold medal versus Argentina as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was in Atlanta a few years later. So for me, there were just so many fun memories from that World Cup, and a bond that really got created with some of those players moving forward. And then some new players now came, even made it more exciting, like um, Kanu Nwankwo and some others. So for me,
Gave us hope.
sentimental. I'd say the best World Cup of my time was the first I ever saw, which was USA '94.
Damn, man. How the hell did someone follow that?
The
We should have had you go last.
How am I supposed to go after that now?
You know what I mean? We should have had you go. We should have had you go last. All right, I'm gonna have Dami follow that before I talk about mine.
Slice the video and put it on.
All right, Dami, tell us about
damn.
your World Cup experience and the best World Cup in your eyes.
My favorite World Cup has to be Korea Japan 02.
Okay.
But my first World Cup experience is France 98.
Okay.
I was 8 years old. I didn't watch it in total, but I watched 3 games. So I watched two second round games and the final.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my soccer memory started. That's why I fell in love with soccer. One of the first game I watched was England Argentina,
Mm-hmm.
when Michael Owen scored that crazy goal.
Yeah, where he took all of them on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just remember the commentator going like 18-year-old, da da da, and I was like, what? That's an 18-year-old, I was 8 years old. And it just blew my mind, and right there I just fell in love with Michael Owen as a player, and that's how I became a Liverpool fan. Because after I found out that he played for Liverpool and all that. And then I also watched France and Paraguay. That's round of 16 also.
Okay.
And that was Chilavet in Paraguay's net. I don't know if you guys know of him. Jose Chilavet, Paraguay skipper. This guy, he scored like 60 something free kicks in his career and penalties. He was one of those keepers that was yeah.
He was their penalty taker.
Yeah, and free kick taker. Yeah, go and look it up. Jose Chilavet. He was a baller. But this guy was an insane keeper too. Like that game went to extra time. France, they were peppering Paraguay with shots, and this guy was saving everything. Like the game was mind blowing up until extra time, and then Trezeguet managed to finally slip one in, and that's how they lost. And yeah, it was an epic game. So yeah, watching those 2 games, that's why I fell in love with soccer. And then obviously watched the final when Brazil took an L. But by then I knew who Ronaldo was, I knew Rivaldo, Zidane. But yeah, my favorite World Cup has to be 02, Korea Japan. By this time I was a soccer head through and through. So I was in GS2 at this time, and my grandparents' house was right behind my secondary school. So this was the time of no.
Is this? So this where you used to just go.
This was the time of no internet. And obviously we didn't have cell phones. Like I think cell phones out. I don't think Nokia 3310 was out at that time. So there was no mobile, whatever. Everybody was waiting for news or whoever had radio or TV or whatever. So lunch break, Manzo holla. Even my grandparents would even know. Holla's sneak just go turn on the TV downstairs, quickly record scores, who scored, blah blah blah. Run back to school and feed boys the news.
I'm crying.
I had this big data book. I was keeping track of everything, like goals, yellow cards. And yeah, the tournament introduced us to Ronaldinho, introduced us to who am I forgetting? Casillas. Like Casillas was already known at Madrid, but that tournament, he in the penalty shootout against Ireland, he saved like 3 penalties. like Stormtrop Bikin and all those guys. Zlatan I think it was like 2021 going up against Nigeria in the group stage for Sweden. Yeah. I was thinking that he was some kind of Muslim guy, whatever that was, his name, Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, because there are a lot of Ibrahims.
Korea obsessing Italy, and then Italian fans almost killing the Korean guy that scored.
Yes, because he played in Korea.
For
Sorry, he played in Italy.
Yeah, he played in Italy. Yeah, that was a very, very big upset.
Wow.
After that, they were like, no more golden goal. After that, they were like, no more golden
Actually,
goal.
I think that
was the reason, because he beat them with golden goal. After there's no more golden goal, they're like, nah. Stop this madness.
I wish we still had the golden goal rule.
Stop this madness.
I know it was unfair, but it was such like a dramatic way.
Italy had suffered on that golden goal thing like a couple times. Because I think it was Euro 2000 final too. It was golden goal that France beat them with.
So they're like, no, not again. Stop this. We're going to petition.
Yeah.
Even the Senegalese team of 02, they were limited with golden goal as well.
Diop, Fadiga, those guys were exciting. Beating France in the opening game. I remember that was the only game that school stopped. They stopped school for the fact of us in the dining hall to watch France and Senegal. And no lie, everybody was rooting for France. This was in Nigeria. Everybody rooting for Henry.
That's like Henry.
Arsenal fans.
Henry.
And Senegal somehow pulled that off. That was epic. Germany they were looking crazy in that tournament. And then they lost Michael Ballack for the final. And I think O2 definitely is my favorite.
Okay.
Korea, Japan.
Damn. Before I say mine, because you guys are gonna think I'm some new gen guy up in here. We're ready. Like 2018. 2022. It's happening right now. It's happening. So about the O2 World Cup, I just want to ask, because I was doing a bit of research on this one. Was Brazil obviously their squad was something else, but is it fair to say that the other teams weren't just as good, given the upsets? Because Korea eliminated Italy, Senegal eliminated Portugal, I believe. There were so many upsets. Aside from Germany, then Germany lost Ballack, and France didn't even make it past the group stage. I don't believe France scored in that tournament.
But France were stacked. They just choked.
Yeah.
France was stacked. They just choked. Italy, don't know. Germany pulled their weights. Brazil, I mean, like, Brazil came with a combo of homegrown and foreign talents. Like, Gilberto Silva was still playing in Brazil at that point. Ronaldinho was just known for trickery. He wasn't known as a Matrina or as Ronaldinho player at that point. They had a solid team, but they still had to show themselves. It wasn't like a cakewalk for them all the way through.
What do you think about the 06 and 2010 World Cup?
2010 is my second favorite.
2010 is your second favorite?
Yeah.
I want to say by memory. I want to say 2010 was my worst, actually. No, 2010 South Africa. I want to say 2010 was my worst, actually.
No, I enjoyed watching Forlan play free spirited ball, man.
Nah, I
and
didn't.
There were some mad goals in that World Cup, man. Remember Van Bronckhorst's goal?
Yeah, and Fulham's goal too. Nah. Even the South African goal too was a mad goal too.
It just felt like Vuvuzela and all that. It just felt like celebration of soccer. Like it was just open free play soccer. Then Spain came and methodically dismantled everything.
Everything.
Like Netherlands were peak that year.
Yes.
Netherlands were peak that year.
Schneider and Robben and all those bros.
Rampy.
Well,
06 was good too, sure. But I don't remember many standard memories.
Like from 06, aside from
Zidane's headbutt, exactly.
The headbutt and his performance against Brazil, where he basically ran the show against Brazil.
Yeah, Ronaldo scored a mad goal against Ghana too. Brazil Ronaldo. That leg over.
Yes. That's the goal he used to build to get his record. right?
So the
Because he
Ghana
became
keeper
the.
packing. Yeah.
But now, man, the
Like,
World Cup is good.
But who won in 06?
Italy.
Italy after the Zidane headbutts
Yeah.
and the red carded Zidane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
See,
the final too,
That was the
right?
yeah,
final. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Their
right.
best game
And
was the
they won
semi-final
they
against
won on
Germany.
Brazil.
penalties, right?
Yeah, yeah. Was it? Yeah, the final was the
Extra
penalties.
time.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought they
it was
lost.
penalties.
Was it penalties? Did they hold them till penalties? I thought they lost on extra time after they got the red card.
It was Germany. It was Germany they beat in extra time.
No, I thought they lost in extra time after they got the red card. I don't remember.
France.
Yeah, France, Italy. Did it go to penalties? I've forgotten, man.
Let me
This
see.
is
Let me
Google
see.
research.
It did go to penalties. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Italy, Penn City, man.
Because I think,
Everything.
yeah,
So
come on,
even
it was
with
a
10
big.
men, they
Lose
couldn't
and
beat
win on
France?
penalties.
Zidane
What?
regretted missing a chance. I mean,
Is it
like,
so
it was late in the game that I got it now.
But it
The
wasn't
record
during
wasn't-
extra time. They got it.
Still-
He got it during the game. Then they had
Still,
the game and extra time to beat
France
them.
France were playing solid in that tournament still.
I remember the Zidane versus Brazil game more because he killed them. Ronaldinho and all those
Yeah.
guys were clapping for him after that game. They're
Yeah.
like, bro, this guy killed us single-handedly. This guy killed us.
Brazil Germany was a mad game.
Zidane.
I mean, not Brazil Germany, Italy Germany, the semi-final.
Italy, Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was talking about Brazil. That's
Yeah.
what I said. So. Now Zidane
No,
was.
Zidane record was in extra time.
It was an extra time. Okay.
109, the 109th minute.
Okay, there you go. Zidane is the only person that defies my to be a good player. You have to pack stats philosophy, man. This guy was so good without stats.
Yeah, no.
Like he
there,
would.
but
He would.
there are plenty from that generation that were balling off their mind without stats. Like Luis Figo, even
It wasn't about stats till
yeah.
Ronaldo and
It's
Messi
Messi
showed up.
Ronaldo that forced it for everybody.
Everything. Like before,
It's Messi Ronaldo that
defenders were
forced everybody.
winning Ballon d'Or. All these things was open to everybody, but then
So
two guys
like the
started.
hits like the hit that the 20-year-old catches now for going 3 games without a goal.
It's too much, bro. It's too much. Say, we spent 60 mil on you, like, bro. Bro, just start.
Nah,
just said it.
In the next 10 years again, it regress back here to not just start when nobody is able to pad like that
Keep up,
anymore.
yeah.
See Haaland, bro. Relax with that.
But have you
See
seen what
Haaland is
they said about what Haaland has to do to catch up to Ronaldo and Messi?
doing.
Is
Yes,
it
I've seen.
40 goals or something like for the next 15 years?
I've seen. As long as he has boy Pep on his side. But anyway,
Good luck with that.
do you think Norway can do something? Do you think they can qualify for the next World Cup and do something with Haaland and Odegaard?
Can never do anything.
Chai.
Never. Never, man.
I don't know if
Is it a 2-man team?
You know what I mean?
They've been
No hope.
dismissed.
Why didn't they qualify for this World Cup? I haven't been watching them
Within
closely.
the playoffs, I think. Did they lose in playoffs?
I don't think they made the playoffs.
They didn't
To be
make
honest,
playoffs.
They didn't make
That's
the
how
playoffs.
bad the team
They
is.
didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, Norway they ain't saying much. I don't know who their keeper is.
just Haaland and Odegaard. Those are the only 2 players I know.
Yeah,
from
they ain't saying much.
No, Odegaard.
Haaland
Should
should have opted to do that. Volunteer for every team throughout the tournament.
Like Januzaj.
Let them fly. Did you see the 7th division team that's offering to loan him?
Yeah, I saw
For the
that.
month.
I saw that. That's good business.
Yeah, he's
Anyway.
not doing anything now. Let him play ball.
Back to the World Cup for a second. I think I would pick. The World Cup I watched the first World Cup I watched in its entirety would be, I want to say, 2010. That's the first World Cup I watched in its entirety. 2002, I remember watching some games with my dad. Back then, I hated football. I was a wrestling fan. I hated football so much.
Wow.
I loved wrestling. So 2002, I remember watching the England against Brazil game with my dad, and I saw the Ronaldinho goal. And that was the tournament he got a red card too, right? Ronaldinho got a red card. Was it in the finals he got a red card?
No.
Or the semis?
I think it was the quarter.
The quarter?
He played in the semi.
So he got a red card in one of those games anyway.
Wasn't it after? No.
After the free
Yeah,
kick, he got the red card?
I think it might have been in the semi actually. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think it was in the
semis.
final.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
he got
don't
a
think
red
it
card
was
in the
final.
semis.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
remember this is how much I didn't know anything about football. I remember this like it was yesterday. When Ronaldinho got the red card and he was walking off, I was asking my dad, why is he smiling that he got a red card? And my dad was like, that's just how his teeth is.
Like
He's not smiling. He's not smiling. That's just how his teeth is. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Man,
I
no
remember
matter
like,
what, he was always smiling. Yeah.
that was like, that's just how his teeth is. Not smiling. Why would he be happy that he got a red card? So I remember
Like
that.
Ronaldinho has smiled his way out of the yellow card.
Then 06, like you said, 06, we were in school. They did shut some stuff down for us to watch some games while we were in school. I remember the headbutts. I remember the game against Brazil, France against Brazil, and the final. Then 2010, like I said, in its entirety, 2010, I watched it in its entirety. I remember I was about to say San Francisco. I remember the South African goal in the first game. I remember Chicharito with Mexico scoring because I believe that's the summer we signed him. Man, you signed him. So I was looking at him carefully and he impressed me that World Cup.
When that Dos Santos guy scored that crazy goal against America?
Was it? No, I don't remember that now.
Remember that
Dos Santos?
That
I know the Mexican.
He cheated Tim Howard from like.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that was 20. Was it 2010? Oh, it might have been 06. Maybe it was 06.
Yeah.
That goal was crazy.
yeah.
Then
Yeah.
20.
That guy had some peaks.
He did.
You see his
He had
peaks,
some
man.
highlights.
He was
This guy was
one of those next Messi
Ballon d'Or.
from Barcelona.
yeah. Wow.
Then what else? 20. What else about 2010? Obviously, the whole Suarez thing. I can't believe we've talked about 2010 World Cup and what I'm talking about. What Suarez
Exactly.
did to
Like
Africa.
this is the kind of memory.
What Suarez did to Africa, man. Then Bruno he celebrated when they missed the penalty.
Yeah,
that was
Ghana.
just the salt in the
Was
wound.
that in 2010?
It
Yeah,
was
to
2010
Ghana.
yeah, against Ghana.
Yeah.
It was 2010 against Ghana. I remember watching it, man. Everybody was like, this Bruno celebrated after they missed the penalty.
I thought Liverpool were cursed after they signed in the next summer.
Like, bro, what a snake, man. Shameless.
At the end of the day,
hated
though,
on him.
like after all that virtual, like I don't understand people were saying that he cheated, that he was cheating, that he's a scum. I'm like, I would do that 100. I would do that 100%.
You do it for your country. You do it for your country. You do it for, at the end of the day, that's true. You would do it for your country.
For my country, Youth Saturday Soccer, I would do it.
For my Sunday league, I'll do it.
I would use my Saturday Soccer.
It was only Ghanaians that were calling him a cheat and all this. They were salty. I was like, yeah, you had your penalty.
You had your penalty. You know,
The last kick of the half.
he didn't even save it. He didn't even
but
save it.
I can't take the man.
He missed.
Was it Jan?
It was
Jan
Jan,
was-
man.
Then
And
he's not so obvious that he's talking about he wants to work out, come and get revenge.
Oh, that's true. Where did they even play Uruguay? Is that their first game or?
No, is that the first
No,
one?
they're playing Ghana. They're playing Portugal. Their first game is Portugal. This
Okay.
World Cup.
But
Yeah.
it should be interesting to see what the online commentary would be like about the Ghana Uruguay match. Versus
Ghana-
Suarez
Ghana-
is still on the pitch.
Ghana-
Would they
Ghana-
do him like the Ghanaian fan?
Definitely. I know Ghana secondary schools don't add them to the curriculum.
Curriculum.
And Ghana was poised to make the World Cup semi-final as the first African team.
Until man.
And then the Liverpool reject Luis Suarez.
So this is why she hates Suarez. I hate Liverpool. No Liverpool fans in this school.
I legit thought Liverpool were cursed when they signed him the next summer, man. I was like, what the hell?
The guy was good though.
Yeah.
Then 2014 was a very entertaining World Cup. Very, very entertaining. There were goals galore.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Spain versus
Netherlands
Netherlands game 5-1. Flying Dutchman. That was another one I paid attention to because we were getting Van Gaal and Van Persie was there.
James Rodriguez was in
James Rodriguez's volley. Then David Luiz's free kick. No.
Oh, yeah.
2014 was
That was
a
against
very,
Colombia.
very,
Yeah.
it was a very, very good World Cup. Then England, I forget, they were in a group with Costa Rica, Italy, and
they choked.
another World Cup champion.
Iceland. No.
Not Iceland. Because I remember the news was Croatia. Costa Rica was in the same group as 3 other World Cup winners. And it was Croatia and who that left the group? I've forgotten now. I've forgotten.
It was Italy, England, Uruguay.
Yes.
And Costa Rica.
And Costa Rica, yeah. And who left the group? Italy and Costa Rica.
And England
right?
now. Oh,
no,
that
England.
qualified. It was Uruguay and Costa Rica.
Uruguay and Costa Rica qualified, yeah.
England,
they choked hard, man. They choked. I remember that, so I was
so happy. Messi came so close.
So close, and like the paper said,
he was one player of the tournament.
He was a Higuain miss away from being a World Cup winner. That's what the papers were saying.
And
man.
then got.
Messi has never scored a knockout goal in the World Cup.
Really?
That's interesting. Yeah, all these goals are group stage.
How many assists?
He creates for the team. Even when they lost, he's still one player of the tournament. I still remember how sad he was.
If I remember, like all their 1-0s all the way to the final, he was the one setting up the goals or whatever.
Yeah, the bro was so sad when they gave him his player of the tournament award.
My God, sir, man.
That's the worst.
He had a free kick in extra time too, and he ballooned it.
So let me ask you guys a quick question. If you were Messi, would you be angry with yourself for the opportunities you missed, like the free kick, and in the Copa America, like he missed the penalty against Chile? Or you'd be angry with Higuain, like, bro, I set you up, you keep missing this. Like, who is worse? More so Higuain?
In like to the media, I'll definitely be saying like, I could have done better. But when I'm
in the locker room,
when I'm talking with Thiago and Mateo, they're my laps. I'm like, Daddy could have won this, and but
Daddy could have won it. Gonzalo, bro.
That guy messed me up.
Now he has shaved his head. And he's playing in Inter Miami.
No, Higuain, not the monk.
Higuain and Aguero, they lost. They missed good chances in that World Cup.
Yeah, I think what was it soon? I think Di Maria got injured too in that tournament.
Did he?
Because Di Maria was pulling his weight on that team too in 2014.
Yes, I remember. I remember he did.
He got injured in knockout too, and that deflated them small.
Yeah, see, this is the more recent World Cups we're entertaining too. 2018. Come on, 2018. Where do we want to start with 2018? Do you want to start with Ronaldo's hat trick against Spain?
Of the conspiracy of them always setting up Nigeria with Argentina.
What you see,
that's true.
as we discussed with France, look at France's group, man. They're the same group as Denmark and Australia.
There's no conspiracy there, no. Also,
so do you think
Nigeria has been piped by the goats?
For years, for the previous goals and the current goals, Maradona.
But Messi never scored against Nigeria, did he?
2018.
2018, he scored.
He took it down on his hip.
Bro.
Oh yeah, 2014 he scored 2 goals. That's
he scored 2 goals.
Was touching him.
2 free kicks. 2 free kicks.
And Yama was touching him. That is it real? Is this guy?
Yeah, is it real? Yeah. The 2 free kicks.
Yeah,
he didn't dive. No,
yeah.
go watch it. The 3 free kicks. Because I think we were up. They were up 1-0. No,
I don't remember how this goes went.
They were up 2-0, and we came back 2-2. Then they scored a 3rd goal, and 2 out of their 3 goals were free kicks.
Free kicks, yeah.
Or free kicks. And the keeper didn't dive. Our keeper didn't dive.
They were walking and the Yama around all the way up to Messi. I thought it was just going to like question him or something. He came on.
Like, bro, this guy, are you real? Guy, to touch the free kicks were deadly, man. Deadly. Then last World Cup, we needed a draw to leave our group, and they beat us.
Rojo's career highlights.
They beat us.
That ball for Messi.
So yeah, 2018 World Cup. Then Ronaldo's free hat trick against Spain. I remember calling in sick to watch that game because I remember it was on a Friday. That game was on a Friday. Spain versus Portugal. I must watch this game. And it delivered. Ronaldo. That was some good Ronaldo levels, man. The hat trick against.
Was it 3-0 down?
No. It was 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3.
Okay.
So Ronaldo scored all 3 there. Costa scored 2. I forget who scored there. I think it was a volley from Dali Alaba.
I successfully predicted Iran beating Spain in round of 16.
For this World Cup?
No, 2018.
Did they?
No, or was it Portugal? They beat someone. Yeah, I think it was Portugal.
They
Somebody
drew...
choked to Iran in the knockout round. Oh, I have my bracket.
Did Iran qualify? Iran didn't qualify out of the knockout round.
No, sorry. Russia beat Spain.
Yes, Russia beat Spain on penalties. Russia beat Spain on penalties. Russia beat Spain on penalties.
Yeah, that was some home cooking now.
My bracket from 2018 predicted the winner successfully.
This guy, what the hell?
Predicting the winner is, it's not hard. It's predicting like the entire.
I thought Germany was going to win it. Because I remember before World Cup. I remember before that World Cup,
the defending curse is real though.
What's that tournament they normally play the year before the World
Confederation?
Cup? Yes, Germany won the Confederations Cup with their C team, I believe. So bro, these guys are, they're ready.
Defending curse is real though.
Yeah.
Everybody always plays defending champs hard.
And
it's hard to come back 4 years later, because it's not the same squad. For one thing, it's not the same 23 guys as 26 guys, and it's hard to maintain that hunger.
True, but everybody is hoping for the same Brazil.
But look, Brazil almost did a triple crown.
Tribute
From 94 to 02. If France didn't beat them in 98, Brazil would have won 2 in a row.
With that stomach bug that Ronaldo had.
Ronaldo was on that team, or was on the 3 teams.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any last thing to add before we end this episode regarding your favorite World Cup or what you think is going to happen this World Cup?
Go Argentina.
Go Argentina?
Oh my God, carry your crown, man. Messi.
I was telling Kachi, I have a weird relationship with South American teams. I like Brazil, but I don't like Neymar. I like Messi, but I don't like Argentina.
Yeah, I like Messi, but I don't like Argentina. You're right.
Yeah, I'm like... If there was a way for Brazil to win this thing without Neymar, I'll be so. He's Brazilian. He has to. Yeah, so that's my weird relationship with them.
I just hope teams, players, they can stay healthy for this World Cup. Right now,
everyone's
even in
dropping.
just the few games that have been played, the injuries are already starting to pile up.
Teams are scared to train. Teams are scared to train because training injuries are even real, man. Should we train?
Benzema and
Nkunku. It was training. It was training. So bro, should we train?
Nunes had to leave training today because of injury scare, but it was fine. Should we not start thinking about what we're going to be broadcasting footy from Chudy from in 2026 when it comes to Canada?
Bruh, don't worry, man. Don't worry. By then,
World Cup broadcast.
By then, the amount of connections and stuff we'll have is going to blow your mind. The guy prophesied. I'm speaking into it.
Let's go.
You'll see. I'll be flying you guys. One of you be in Mexico, one of us will be in the US, one of us stay here. We'll see.
Chudy, can you hear me?
Man. Yeah.
Live direct stadium.
We'll fly you guys with the funds, man. You guys. One of you should go to Mexico. One of you should go to the States. One of us will stay here. It'll be good. But until then, everybody, thank you for watching. You guys, thank you for being a part of this. We'll see how the World Cup progresses. Continue to follow our World Cup content. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, not on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And subscribe and like the video. It helps the channel a lot. And as always, continue to love football. Thank you and have a lovely World Cup. Peace.
Yeah.